today we are going to be doing another review. And today's review is going to be on the long-awaited Lorac Pro 2 palette. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I heard that it was coming out, I seriously had to look on every site to see what date and when it was going to be released on the website, because usually they always release it online first before they distribute it in the stores. And it was released on Ulta's website on June the 15th, and it's going to be in stores on June the 29th. So it's already out there. And if you haven't picked this baby up, definitely keep on watching the review, because I will go through the swatches and what I think of this palette and like some first impressions. So I got this in the mail a couple days ago, but I've been really busy and haven't had a chance to film this for you all. I wanted to literally film it as soon as it appeared at my door, but I've just been crazy busy. So that's why I haven't done a video yet, but it just got released about a day ago. But today's look I did using the Lorac Pro palette, and I will just talk you through real quick. Okay, so what I have on is just very neutral. I just used the brown and did as like a transition color, and then the crease I just did some cool tone grays, and then on the lid I just used the shimmery rose color, and on the bottom you can't really tell because I used black eyeliner, but I did go on the bottom with the plum color and just smoke it out a little bit. But I really loved what I created today. I think it's something very wearable, and it's something that will suit every skin tone and every eye color. So if you want a tutorial or a pictorial on this, give it a thumbs up or let me know down below on the description bar. Okay, so if you want to see the review and my first impressions of this palette, keep on watching, and I will definitely show you some swatches, my first opinion and my first impression on these shadows, and how well it works with my skin tone. I love doing my reviews based on my skin tone and my experiences rather than just the colors and how great they feel. So if you want to see this review, keep on watching, and let's get started. So first off, this is the packaging of it, and it's the same packaging as the Lorac 1 palette, and it does come with the behind the scenes eye primer in here too, and it's just a little travel size. You get 0.19 ounce. I do really love this primer because it does really help the shadows stay on, and I would compare this to probably the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's just that this formula, it's a little bit stickier. If you use shadows that has like a lot of fallouts or tend to have low fallouts, it does minimize the fallouts. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a little comparison between the Lorac 1 and the Lorac Pro 2 palette. Okay, so here's the 1 and here's the 2. As you can see, I do love my Lorac 1. And I have hit pan on like one of them, and then two of them, like I said in the past, when I took them on my Panama City trip, it just fell, and it didn't really handle the fall really good, but it's okay. And the difference between these two is that the Lorac 1 is more neutrals and warm tone colors, and even though they threw a couple pop in there, you can do more smoky eye looks with this, and it's very universal for a beginner to medium to a very experienced artist. And the Lorac 2 is more cool tone, and even though they do have like maybe one or two that's a little warmer colors in here, it is a lot cooler tone than the Lorac 1. If you are a person that loves playing with colors or doing like pop of colors, this is very appropriate for you, because they do throw in like a couple neutrals in there, more like gray tones, silvers, and all that, rather than doing browns and black. So being more cool tone, it does have more gray tones to like the smokier parts. The only color that repeats in both palette is the color black, and the color that kind of is alike is light brown, which is this one right here, and taupe. Here's the two palettes side by side, and you can definitely tell the difference by just looking at the palette that the Lorac 1 is a little bit more warm tone than the Lorac 2. Like I keep saying, it's more cool tone, and if you're more of a neutrals and you don't really care much for the color, I would definitely go for the Lorac 1. And then if you want, you know, the cool tones and experiencing the different colors that this one has to offer, I would definitely pick up the Lorac 2. But I think this one would be great for like summer looks or even prom season where you can like smoke it out, but instead of doing it with like a brown, you can smoke it out with this plum right here, or you can always do pops of color of that navy and plum. So this is a little comparison of both of them. Now let's get to the swatches of the beautiful Lorac 2 palette. So the first three I'm going to do is Buff, Light Brown, and Cool Gray. And here are the three colors swatched on my hand. Buff is just a matte, perfect for highlighting color. Light brown would be great for a transition color or blending color because it's very neutral and brown toned. And then this one is Cool Gray, and it's just a very taupey gray color. Next we are going to be swatching Nectar, Plum, and Navy. One is Nectar, Plum, and Navy. Oh, so Nectar is like a light pink, and sorry you can barely see on my skin because I am very tan. And then the second one is Plum, which is a perfect plum. And then Navy is, to me it's not navy. When I think of navy, I think of like a darker blue, but I mean I guess you can kind of say this is navy, but I feel like this is more like blue than navy. I don't know if you saw in the swatch when I was swatching it, but navy is a little chalky, and it does have like fallouts. When I was like swatching it, you can really see the fallouts. But other than that, I do love that these two are like a punch of color. I love how they're so pigmented, and they're not like, I didn't have to swatch it over several times. And I did notice that it does stain the fingers. When I tried wiping it off, it does stain. So I don't know if you didn't use a primer, for sure it's going to stain the lid. But I don't know if you use a primer, if that will help with the stain. And then the last two colors are Charcoal and Black. Here's Charcoal and here's Black. Charcoal is just a darker gray, so a darker color of Cool Gray, and then Black is just a typical black. So time for the beautiful shimmers on the bottom, and we'll start out with Snow, Beige, and Rose. Swatches: Snow, Beige, and Rose. Snow is just a shimmery white, and then Beige is a beige color, and then Rose, it's like a rose gold color, but it has more pink tones in it. And I love this rose gold, and that's what I have on my lid today. It's very pretty if you have brown eyes. I just feel like it really makes it pop, so I'm gonna probably use the heck out of this. Next colors are Mocha, Chrome, and Silver. Here's Mocha, Chrome, and Silver. And these these do not show up on my skin tone as well, but okay, if I tilt it like this, you kind of see it. Mocha's a more brown shimmer. It's like a bronze shimmer, and then Chrome is a gray shimmer with purple hues in them, and then Silver is just a typical silver color. Okay, and then the last two on this palette is Jade and Coca. So here's Jade and, oh Lordy, and Coca. And Jade is one of my favorite colors in this palette. I'm very pleased that they threw this in because it's something very different. It's like that olivey green color. It's more like olive green than jade to me, because when I think of jade, I think of that very pearly green color, if you know what I'm talking about. And this one is Coca, and it's just a dark brown with shimmer in it, and I really love these, but I don't know if I'm pressing too hard when swatching them, but these two seem more like chalky to me than any of the other colors, or not rather chalky, but these would have more fallouts, so I would be careful using these darker colors. Okay, so some thoughts and first impression of this palette. I seriously love all the colors, and it is very true to the brand itself, the colors are very buttery and smooth, and they're very blendable. The only thing that's kind of like a con for me would have to be that navy. I'm afraid if I use navy, it's gonna stain on the lid for like a couple days, and that's gonna really be a bummer for me if it does stain. But hopefully using a primer will lessen the stain, or it won't stain it. And a couple of them, like plum, navy, jade, and coca, the darker ones I guess, or the pop of colors, it does have more fallouts. It's using a base or a really good primer that's really going to help with the fallouts and everything. And doing your foundation application last is really going to help in the process of using these colors. I love the color range that they chose. I feel like it's very summer appropriate and transitioning into the fall. Though I do wish that the black was more pigmented. I'm very pleased that they did throw in a black in there, because no palette is ever complete without a black or a really dark brown, in my opinion, just because they do come in really handy if you want to like smudge out the liner, or you just want to do that like cut crease look. The only thing I did kind of wish too was at the bottom, the shimmers, I wish they were more suitable for medium skin tone, because as you can see in the swatches earlier, a couple of these you could barely see. I'm afraid that they're just gonna blend in with your skin tone rather than make your eyes pop. Okay, and the price point of this palette was $42, which is very affordable. It's really hard to find very pigmented and great matte colors, and colors that anybody can work with, whether from beginners to very experienced makeup artists or just everyday uses. This palette is great. So I really hope you enjoyed this review and first impression. If you like videos like this, give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. If you have the Lorac 2 Pro palette, or if you're looking forward to pick it up, let me know down below. Until the next video, bye loves!